and this is over the renaming controversy of the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library that has now been renamed as the Prime Minister's Museum and Library Society. Over that, we've had reactions coming to the fore from the Congress thick and fast since this morning of why the government was on a renaming spree. But the central government has now notified the renaming or the change in the name as far as the PM's Memorial Museum is concerned. From Nehru Memorial Museum, it is now going to be called the PM's Museum and Library. Now it is going to be a tribute to all the Prime Ministers that India has had. This is a part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav campaign that the central government has been running, marking 75 years of India's independence. Big move there coming to the fore by the central government, a move that has triggered politics already. We've had several within the Congress party who've come out and accused the central government of trying to erase history, trying to erase Nehru from India's history, renaming that has been done as far as multiple other organizations, multiple other institutions and buildings that were concerned. That has always been the allegation that the Congress and the opposition has made against the central government. This time is no different either. Pallavi, my colleague, getting us more details of this particular controversy. Big move there by the centre. The Nehru Memorial Museum has been renamed, and as expected, that has triggered some fireworks.
And if you look at a press release or a notification which essentially comes in, it makes it very, very clear that the main purpose of the government's decision or the Prime Minister's decision is that we must respect democracy. It cannot belong to only one family or only one narrative. It is a people's institution, and therefore it should be made a part of that. So when the Prime Minister's Museum was set up, the entire idea was to showcase India's history. And that's exactly what has happened in this renaming of the Nehru Memorial as well as Library, that you actually contributed it to the nation. It's our history. But you're right. I mean, as far as the opposition is concerned, more specifically the Congress party, they have already begun to issue statements where they have condemned this decision. And they're also saying that this is a part of yet another attempt being made by the Congress party to try and change and subvert history, and also to kind of insult the memory or the legacy of India's first Prime Minister.
That's the kind of reaction that's coming to the fore from the Congress party. But the centre has made it very clear what their intention is as far as this notification has come to the fore, Pallavi, with this renaming. The idea is to celebrate all of Free India's Prime Ministers, which is what the centre has been saying. This is part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program that the centre has been undertaking all through the year.
Yes, I mean, so the contribution of India's history or a legacy should not be attributed to only one particular family. For example, the government and the BJP particularly have always accused the Congress party of not respecting the contribution of, say, a Sardar Patel or of a Veer Savarkar. That has been mired in history. That has been mired in a lot of politics between both the sides, the Congress on one side and the BJP on the other side. The entire idea about renaming of it is that institutions which are going to be accessed and used by all should not be named after any one person. It should not be personality driven, no matter who that person is. It should be about an institution, and that's why it's being called the Prime Minister's Museum or Library, because the Prime Ministers come and go, and it doesn't really matter who that person or the individual is. What is more important is the institution which needs to be respected.
Right, Pallavi, do stay on with me. Sharon, my colleague, actually was at the Nehru Museum, previously known as Nehru Museum. Now it's going to be renamed as Prime Minister's Museum. Let's take a look at this report.
This is that's something that has happened overnight. This debate or the controversy regarding the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library has been in fact going on since 2016. There was a plan from the government to in fact make this, which was solely the official residence of the former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, after which it was made into a museum. And in 2016 it was decided by the same government that they want to make this a museum for all the Prime Ministers of the nation who have contributed to the nation, the kind of struggle and the hard work that they have done so far, and to make this a museum. Now, in fact, it was inaugurated in 2022 as well, because this is the premises. Right now, my video journalist is showing you the same premises within the Nehru Memorial Museum and Library, where this particular portion was dedicated for all the Prime Ministers, and it was named as Pradhan Mantri Sanghalaya. Now, this has become the controversy is that on papers officially yesterday it was decided now that the entire premises, the entire campus is going to be called as the Prime Minister's Museum and Society, and all the Prime Ministers of the nation, their history, their contribution to the country will in fact be shown here. I'm joined by Congress leader and spokesperson Mr. Gaurav Vallabh. Sir, once again the debate over Nehru Memorial Museum and Library has in fact come in. In 2016, of course, there was a plan to in fact make it in fact a Prime Minister's Museum, but now it has officially been decided that the name will be changed. How does the Congress see it?
See, I just want to remind Modi ji about a quote from Vajpayee ji कि छोटे मन से कोई आदमी बड़ा नहीं बनता. Modi ji, again you had shown to the 140 crore people of our country that आपका मन छोटा ही है. आप छोटे मन से सब चीजें देखते हो. आप नेहरू जी का नाम तो वहां से शिलालेख से तो हटा दोगे, उस बोर्ड से तो हटा दोगे, पर 140 करोड़ लोगों के दिल में पंडित नेहरू के प्रति जो सम्मान है उसको कैसे हटाओगे? जो प्यार है, जो आदर है पंडित जी के प्रति 140 करोड़ लोगों के दिल में, उसको कैसे हटाओगे? That is what we are saying, that you can remove Pandit ji's name from the board of a library, but how you will remove the name and the respect for Pandit ji, which is there in the heart of 140 crore Indians? By doing all those things, you are again showing that you are here and Pandit ji is there. You have to see Pandit ji by looking to that Modi ji. So that is your frustration, and in that frustration mode you are doing all those things. Again you had shown that Pandit ji is far beyond you, because we as a party and Indians believe that Pandit Nehru is the architect of modern India. We respect the contribution of all Prime Ministers, including Indira ji, Rajiv ji, Narasimha Rao ji, Manmohan Singh ji, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. But when you say that before 2014 there was nothing in India, you are disrespecting your own leader Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. So please refrain from doing all those things, and whenever you are doing these things, you are again proving what Vajpayee ji had said, Raj Dharm Nibhao, और छोटे मन से कोई व्यक्ति बड़ा नहीं बन सकता.
But sir, apart from objecting or protesting against it, is the Congress party going to take the legal route? What is going to be the plan of action?
See, whatever issues, legal recourse we are going to discuss, if required we can take also. But again I am telling कि हमारे दिल में ऐसे छोटापन नहीं है. We had never removed the name of Vajpayee ji from 2004 to 2014 from any board or from any airport or from any important public place. We had not done that thing. हमने कभी नहीं किया, क्योंकि छोटे मन से कोई आदमी बड़ा नहीं बन सकता. मोदी जी, ये करके आपने अपना छोटापन दिखाया है. नथिंग मोर देन देट. नेहरू जी तो आज भी विशाल का है, उनका व्यक्तित्व तो आज भी उतना विशाल है. उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन एज ए आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ मॉडर्न इंडिया इज सो बिग that you are feeling so small in front of him. So you are thinking that I can't rise up to that level. Let us remove Nehru ji from the history of India. But 140 crore people's heart, there is a great respect for the architect of modern India, that is Pandit Nehru.
Thank you.